There is a deep unwillingness to speak to the truth of our ignorance, thus a lack of knowing. Right? God just said He would rather be in a position of not knowing than being incorrect in that which he believes to be the truth. And there is not enough of that, yes? There is value in that, yes, to say that instead of me creating a belief and believing in that belief as truth and moving forward in complete error and wrongness, right? Complete error, wrongness, incorrectness, everything, right? If you believe something and it is not the truth, if you say something and it's not the truth, if you follow something that's not the truth, if you live something that's not the truth, right? You are in error. There may be no value in doing it whatsoever, or at the least there is a lessening of value, because the highest value is being in truth, right? The highest value is truth. There's nothing beyond truth. So again, there's nothing getting an argument what truth is. You know what the fuck I mean by truth. And that is the greatest thing that there is, because it outlives everything else. A lot of people want to say love, and what was that in? Was that just in the movie Interstellar? And she said something about love. It's the greatest thing because it transcends all something, right? Something to that effect. Well, it's not. Love is only a concept that can be applied as long as there's beings for it to be applied to. For there were no beings whatsoever, and I'm talking about first we'll give God His existence, but everything else, right? God ain't loving Himself. If there was all these planets and everything still, the planets ain't loving itself. A rock doesn't love a rock, another rock. Love is constrained. It is dependent upon something. So it can't be the greatest. Truth is not constrained. It depends on nothing. You can take away that word. You can take away that meaning. You can go to the ineffable, but what you come up with is the truth. The best way to describe it behind all of that is the truth. The best way to describe the lack of truth is the truth. You can't escape it. And so there is a, for some it must be a determined unwillingness to admit our ignorance and lack of knowing, to admit that the best way to eliminate the ignorance and lack of knowing is to seek truth, to put truth above all beliefs and faiths, to make truth your belief and your faith. You believe in truth, to believe in the power of truth, because as you look in and you examine, you see that it's got to be about truth. And if it is about something else, then you still got to say, well, the truth is about something else. The fact is something else. Whatever word you want to try to finagle and put in there, you're talking about the truth. When you're talking about what is and what isn't, you're talking about the truth. What is, what isn't, what could be, what should be, what won't, all that. This is the truth to all that. Everything you say, there is a truth to it. Everything you believe, everything you do, everything you see, everything, there's a truth to it. There's a truth to what you see. The truth of what you see and the deficiency in what you see. I'm talking about physically, and I'm talking about intellectually or esoterically or theologically, whatever it is. You come ashore. The truth is, we can only see with our physical eyes so many levels of light. Only one. And yet there are so many others out there. We can see more colors. That's the truth right there. And you can deny it, but there's a truth that speaks to it. You can deny that. You can deny that the intellectual discourse, the provided proof of truth. You can deny it. It's there, but you still have to speak to what is there. You have to speak to what is there and have it how different from what it is you see. And there must be some acceptance given, because at some point you accept that which someone has said to be true. You have accepted the creation of another. You have accepted. When you go to a doctor, you have accepted the fundamental operation of science. You have accepted it. When you go out and buy that electronic item, you expect it to work. You expect it to do what it is supposed to do. You accept it as truth that it is doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah, somebody had to think that up. Somebody had to create it. Somebody had to believe in it. Somebody had to use a specific method to make it come about. And they continue to use the same method to move us along. In human society. And you can't deny this. Well, you try to put some God spin on it, but it's still the truth of our existence is still about the truth. The truth of our ignorance to the truth of God. Just that fundamental truth which so many of us live our lives by. You have the knowledge of good and evil. You have the knowledge of truth and lack of that which is not truth. Which is only by way of truth. So you have the knowledge of truth itself. It's just fundamentally about the knowledge of truth itself. You know the important role. You know subconsciously. Should know consciously, because you should see it and realize just how much of your life is ran by truth. And it is all ran by truth. But you don't see it as truth. You don't see it as being ran by truth. You just see it as going through your day. And how it is that you believe you are able to do that. The cause behind it. Without seeing that the truth speaks to it. Because if you saw it, then you would be doing totally different than what you are doing currently. When I say you, I speak to the world. And that is the truth. I believe it's the truth. That's why I'm willing to say, well, let's sit down, let's discuss it, let's look at it, and let's apply all things. Let's look at all possibilities. Every single one that is, that could be. What is and could be. Do you have to speak what couldn't be? Could you say the impossibility of something? Just try to speak as much as possible. And tell me how you don't come up with the truth.